watch.
Have you been there?
Have you been?
Right, that's a good point.
Have you even? You haven't been?
By the way, how is he in all these wars? Can I just go to wars? By the way, how are you allowed? Are you allowed to just go to wars?
What's going on, you guys? Today we have Jimmy Dore calling out Joe Rogan and Douglas Murray. Yes, the right is collapsing in on itself. Joe Rogan is still not wanting to blame Trump for crap. I'm giving my commentary. Let's watch.
Of what he does right here.
Have you been to the crossing point? When were you last there at all? You've never been. Talking about an issue.
You've never been.
No, sir, I've never been.
I'm going to sell T-shirts with the picture of Mr. Bean, and it's okay. You've never been. That's my big idea.
That's great merch. You've never been?
You've never been. And so that's him. You've never been. Where's my fainting couch?
Where's my clutching pearls and my fainting couch?
So he's acting there. That's called acting. And that's why everybody picked up on it, because it's so fake. You've never been.
Yeah, that's what that English degree is really paying dividends.
Yeah. And then he goes on to say,
in a region you haven't even had the courtesy to visit, whilst developing all of these views about it.
So this guy that has handlers. He has IDF handlers. That's how he got to see Israel and Palestine, because the IDF took him, because I don't know if you know, about 203 journalists had the courtesy to visit the checkpoints, and the IDF killed them, which was quite rude.
Have the courtesy to dodge snipers.
So Charles Murray has handlers. And his husband's going to be jealous when he realizes just how hard Douglas Murray's handlers have fucked him.
I was going to say, his handlers, they do not deserve a raise for this interview. Didn't handle it too good.
He is the bait goat on a chain in Jurassic Park. You've never been. So Joe Rogan, let's get to it. Joe Rogan made fun of him the same way that everybody is. Let's watch.
Have you been there?
Have you been?
Right, that's a good point.
Have you even? You haven't been?
By the way, how is he in all these wars? Can I just go to wars? By the way, how are you allowed? Are you allowed to just go to wars? Is
you
that the way
haven't? You should at least
Can you
have
just
the
go to
courtesy of going.
Can I
there.
just go to wars, or do I have to come back and say what people want me to say about the wars? Can I go to
get anywhere, you guys? I just want to apologize for this curt individual. Seems like a very sweaty human being. Yeah, it seems like weird vibes all around. Terrible hang. Don't want to even acknowledge that. But yeah, now it's cool to talk shit on these people that are like going for Israel, these supporters. It's like cool to shit on them. When is it going to be cool to start shitting on the guy who is saying that, you know, the biggest supporter of Israel, where he's saying, I support everything that is his name, Bibi? Netanyahu, he says that Trump says that he supports him, and Netanyahu see this the same on every single issue. That is the biggest supporter. So it's cool to crap on the small supporters, but yeah, no, we can't talk about the actual president who's going to be in charge of sending us over there.
Not if you want to go back.
That's right. That's right. It's very interesting, this war tourism. How do I get on this war tourism?
Yeah.
I'd like to go to the Ukraine. I want to go. I want to go. I want to go to all this war tourism.
Do you have any awards that they can melt down and make bullets out of?
Joe, think about this. Do I seem like a guy that has a lot of awards?
Did you get one of those YouTube plaques when you hit 100,000?
I don't even know where they send it. I don't know where. I don't know where they're sending those YouTube plaques.
We've got a few of those.
But I like this idea of war tourism. I like the idea of going to a war and then coming back, having a very black and white view.
Yes, I've been there.
I get it, and I know, and interesting. Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I love that.
You feel better than the other people.
Well, of course, there's a lot of people. It gets very murky. Most people I know that have been to war have a very murky, complex view of things.
Yes,
but it is good to go to a war and then come back and be as sure as you were before you came.
You don't have to go for very long.
No, you go for an hour.
Couple hours.
It's a lunch.
Yeah.
It's lunch on the front line.
Put on a flak jacket that says press.
Tea on the front lines, and then you come back and you have all the talk. Yeah.
And they're laughing, they're making a mockery of it, and they're going to say, this is whenever they play the, oh, I'm just a comedian. That's, what do you want me to do? I don't know. How about whenever, the election was coming up, you were dead serious on saying, look, the country is in shambles. We have to vote for the president. We have to find somebody to save us, please. Have you seen the price of groceries? Blah, 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 blah. And I heard a lot of serious talk whenever all that crap was going on back in November. Now you're a comedian? Well, let me know what your schedule is whenever you want to talk serious and then whenever you want to be a comedian, because right now you're making jokes, and I don't think anybody's, quite frankly, is laughing at what the fuck you're talking about.
The whole thing about being an expert, he got his ass handed to him by himself.
I really resent that form of argumentation.
Sure.
I really resent it. I have the right to talk about whatever the hell I want, and no one's going to stop me or try to intimidate me. Seriously, is that a reasonable form of argument? You haven't been through everything I've been through in my life, therefore you can't comment. No. In that case, nobody can talk about anything. We might as well pack up, go home, and isolate ourselves. In terms of wanting to listen to another person who has experienced something, yes. Yes. But not endlessly. Not endlessly. I mean, there are some people who've written about there are people who've written about the Holocaust who didn't experience the Holocaust and have written about it better than people who did. The almost aggressive tone in which this is now leveled, I don't like the sound of. Nobody's experience is completely understandable by another human being. Nobody's. This idea that the lived experience has to triumph over everything else is not always correct.
Lived experience over the data is a very bad direction of travel, which we've been imbibing for some time. Because we all have lived experience. We all have personal experience. But if we claim that, as it were, I cannot understand you and you cannot understand me because I have lived in, well, this is an impossible game.
I know, again, I apologize. I should be apologizing in advance. I might make that in the next few videos. I might actually be like, hey guys, look, if this crap is going to be a lot of cringeworthy moments from the right, it might be best to just sit this one out. Because, they do not know how to make something funny, even whenever they're wanting to be funny. They're like, what the fuck is this, dude? This is not, they're wanting to joke about this guy who is literally 30% of the people that you're standing right next to. What good does that do? And you're just making a joke out of it. You're trying to not admit to yourself that you've joined the cult. And it just doesn't make sense to me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. It's another day in the progressive way.